It,
Welcome. We are To the Rescue's Authentic Video Cast. I am Nicole Williams, along with my co-hosts, Don Evans Casey and Jennifer Johnson. Jennifer, how are you today?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. We're going to get right to our awesome guest. I don't even know what I was about to say, but I'm doing really well. And it's so cool that we have some of the most creative people in our network. We've got Pam Rowley. Gosh, every time I've ever seen your name, I knew it was Rowley, and I said Riley. Just Pam, where do I? Oh, here it is. I've got it. So, artist Pam Rowley specializes in helping the world see a better you by representing MaryKay Cosmetics with over 35 years of experience with the product line. Pam also has over 10 years experience with Deco Clay, an air-dried lightweight clay from Japan with the home office in Hawaii. That's not a bad trip. That'd be fun. Pam creates one-of-a-kind home decor and flowers to be used on special occasions, such as weddings, proms, and anniversaries. Pam can also teach others to create their own Deco Clay as a certified Deco Clay instructor. And I believe, Pam, aren't you like one of the few that are actually certified instructors?
Yes, there's
That,
only two in the Midwest, and the closest one's on the East Coast or down in Atlanta, Georgia.
so, I mean, we're in company of like, some awesome stuff here. So I just want to say thank you for coming today, Pam. We are so
You're welcome.
excited. And I guess, we always open up saying, I've done a crappy job, I'm sorry, of introducing you. So now's your time to correct me if I made any mistakes, but tell us about you, what you do. I already kind of went through that, but you know so much, and you've got some really exciting things going on right now. And how is the state of the COVID-19 pandemic, how's that affected your business? Which it's affected everybody in some way. So take it away. Glad you're here.
Right. Well, a little about myself and how I started networking. I was in corporate America for 27 years. I was 12 when I started. And when I joined MaryKay, I decided to quit my job and run that business full time. So I joined the world of networking. I didn't even know it existed. And so I started out, not with TTR, but in another group. And I was introduced to the Deco Clay through a networking group. And so I decided to follow my artistic passion and become an instructor with Deco Clay at the home offices in Hawaii. And I am certified through their academy. And as far as the pandemic, I'm still doing custom orders for people. You can still see my items on the website. My in-home, people coming to my studio and me going to them has really not happened, but I'm sure in 2021, it's going to pick up.
No, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. So I guess that was her introduction.
That is
awesome.
What I was going to ask, if it's okay, what is behind you? Is that some of your beautiful work that you've done?
Yes,
the flowers.
Yes, it is. Let me get a close up of some carnations I did. Oh, wait, if I can do it. These are some yellow. Can you see them? Oh, yellow carnations.
They look like
that
carnations.
I just did for a friend.
Yeah.
And these happen to be stems. They can go in a vase or, yeah.
Gorgeous.
So, and any flower can be made in any color.
Oh, that is amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we are so glad that you are here with us today. And so my question has to do with authenticity. It seems to be the buzzword, or maybe I've noticed it like last year and this year,
Yeah.
but it is one of my favorite words. It just means so much in our business. And I was wondering what being authentic means to you.
Well, I believe being authentic is doing what you say you're going to do and then under promise, but over deliver. So if you say you're going to get something done in a week, you get it done in 3 days instead. And so that's what authentic means to me.
Love it.
No, I
Thank
think that's out on some definition, some great thought, or some thought leader right now, Simon Sinek or somebody said something like that,
Sure.
or Brene Brown or something, over deliver, under whatever, over deliver. But you said the other one. Do what you say you're gonna do.
Uh-huh. Yeah, do what you say you were going to do when you're going to do it. I'm going to call somebody back. I'm going to make a delivery,
Yeah.
because sometimes that doesn't always happen.
Right. Oh yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Well, go ahead, Dawn. I'm sorry. I just had to throw that in there because it was kind of cool.
No problem, no problem. Pamela, what you do is kind of unique and innovative. I'm wondering, how do you, where do you find your clientele? How do you engage people to let them know the skills that you have to offer and glean new business?
Well, obviously through networking, just by letting the people in the networking groups know what I do, because everybody knows at least 250 other people. And so word of mouth is a great way that I do that. Of course, I have my website, and I've just started recently blogging through my website.
Oh, wow.
And just recently, because I'm in Greenfield, Indiana, there is J.W. Riley Emporium right in the center, and I have a booth there so people can go by and browse and see the clay items. So referrals is probably 80% of my business.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah, when somebody sees her work, which I told Pam before this, I was going to have some of my, but I honestly have given away most of the things that I bought from her. Just in it's kind of dreary here in Indiana, so to see the pretty flowers behind her, but I bought red, white, and blue carnations from her last year as part of, well, it's just around the 4th of July, I think. And they were just so to see the yellow. I mean, and you said something earlier to us, and you may have said it already today, but the idea that a lot of times people can't find the right colors, so they have to, you can come up with the right color. I mean, that's pretty awesome. And these are something, the flowers can stay around forever. They're a keepsake, right? We know, I kind of remember, Pam, but how did you get to TTR? To the Rescue Networking is what TTR stands for. How did you, and tell us a little bit about the groups and that kind of thing. I kind of ask a lot, but you can, we're all about networking in general. So if you can share how you got connected, and we'll go from there.
Right. Well, I know I belong to the Castleton Connectors, which meets on Thursday mornings at 9 o'clock. And Gary Tedrow is the moderator of that group. And I knew Gary through, he's a mortgage rep, and he had closed a couple of mortgages for myself. And I had met him again through another networking group, and he said, and I was quitting that one, and he said, I'm the moderator of TTR, come up and visit. And so I did. And what I liked about TTR was that even though you belong to one group, you're welcome to visit other groups. And then Jennifer has a quarterly, the TTR has a quarterly gathering where everybody can come together and meet each other. And so not only do you have the people in your group, you have access to the other 10, 12 groups that are out there. And that's what I really loved about the TTR networking organization.
Cool. Well, I'm glad that, this was like the first time I haven't heard my name. Like I bugged her to be, but I think I knew, I met you along the way, but I didn't know all that you did. And Gary's, he's one of our leaders. Real quick, not real quick, I guess I just want to throw it in there. Do you have I don't want anybody to make up stories. So I always, if we have a guest, I always want, when we have guests, I always want to say, we have a networking story. If it comes out of TTR, that'd be great. But you do have a story or two, don't you?
Well, yes, I do have a couple stories. One that's really recent is a gentleman that I've known for about 10 years. He approached me about a month and a half ago because his wife, has Parkinson's disease, and he remembered the Deco Clay, and she was needing more dexterity in her hands because she was having to give up knitting and crocheting and piano playing. And so he thought, well, maybe this would be a creative outlook for her so he said, we're not sure it's going to work, but why don't you come over? And so I did. And with Deco Clay, if you can make a ball or a teardrop, you can really make anything that you see behind me. And so she was able to make a ball and a teardrop. And so now I've been there probably 8 or 9 weeks, and she's made lots of projects and really enjoys it. I'm the highlight of her week. And, but the part that TTR comes in is that I went to my group and just announced, oh my gosh, this is what I'm doing with the Deco Clay. And one of the members of the group said, well, I know the director of the Parkinson's Foundation. I will make an email introduction. And so he did, and I was able to connect with Kim Williams, the director of the foundation, and we were able to make the connection. She's going to feature me in their newsletter in just a couple of weeks. And so that connection happened because I was just saying what it was that I was doing with the person that I've known forever, his wife. And just recently in the last week or so, she's been picking up knitting again. So it really has helped the dexterity in her hands. So we're continuing on the process, and he's also wanted a way to connect like ex-neighbors and things. And so he invited like some ex-neighbors to come over, and we had a Deco Clay class together. And she was able to share what she had been doing. And so sometimes you just need a reason to get together with people. And so that was an exciting story for me. And then I'm trying to think if I have my second exciting story is
Good. Yay.
because I'm kind of a problem solver. And so I listen for people, that have problems, and I try to solve them. And so I was able to, and this is kind of in the MaryKay side, they couldn't find anything that worked for them. And I was able to say, well, let's try some things. And I just got a phone call like last week, and she said, you are my MaryKay rep forever. I love this product and I'm never leaving. And I said, that is good. I'm in it for life. And she happened to be a member of the Castleton Connectors. So that was my other success. So not only, do I ask for referrals, but sometimes people in the group, want what you have to offer.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I would, I'm not trying to jump all over your questions, ladies, but if you think about what she could do, think about all the people, and even if she got on Zoom and showed them how to use the clay, she wouldn't even have to. I think we're all learning how to pivot. So would you ever do that kind of thing, Pam, where you would have somebody that might be, I know before the pandemic, I think I referred you to a senior community or two, and whether that worked out or not, but those are the
and I did, and the ladies loved it.
Right. So that is what, but now when we're having to do the Zoom, you could still meet with them if they're comfortable with that. But it might be something really cool though. Think about the organizations out there or the senior communities that are looking for activities. Wouldn't it be kind of interesting to have you on? I know it's a little limiting, but you could show them how to do it. You're not there to help them, but and knowing what the beautiful work that you've done, obviously you're very, you've been doing it a few years, but oh wow, I'm excited. I mean, there's always, every time I talk to you, Pam, and I see your work, it's like, well, you got to get her plugged in more. Take it away, Dawn. I think we're already to your question. Wow.
Yeah, but it's such a perfect segue. the work that she's doing to assist this woman with Parkinson's disease, and now the referral to the Parkinson's organization. My next question for you, Pamela, and volunteerism and giving back to our community and helping nonprofits is such a big part of what TTR does. It's an extension of our hearts and our businesses that we want to give back to the communities that keep us thriving and support our businesses. So I was going to ask, what organizations and nonprofits are you interested in, and what types of projects perhaps has your TTR group participated in to assist the community and nonprofits? And I can already tell that the Parkinson's the Parkinson's organization will be, probably a very active part of what you do going forward. But is there more?
Well, at this moment, and of course they can't do clay things, but I do support the Humane Society because I love animals. And my little Eddie, which isn't here today, but he is a rescue. So he's a little long-haired Chihuahua terrier mix. So he's quite cute looking, So yeah. And then of course I'm just now getting involved in the Parkinson's Foundation. And other than that, we haven't really, we talk a lot about what organizations that we can support, and that's something that we're going to be doing more of in 2021.
Wonderful.
You know what their group does, though, a lot. Sorry, Nicole, I keep jumping all over because I get excited when Pam is.
I know, I'm excited too.
And I don't know, and this is just something about the Castleton group, but as many organizations have been, their group meets. I don't know, they didn't the other day, or only one member, but at the Denny's, local Denny's, and so they may not have had an organization that they were supporting, but they're the waitress that takes care of them. Yeah. She's not a 501c3, but let me just say that I heard after the fact that every year for the last few years, Pam, I think your group has done something for the waitress. Now this 2020 was obviously she did not see as many of us, and for a time there Denny's was closed, right, to indoor dining. So we've all moved virtually. But anyway, the reason I bring it up is that I heard from the leader that you guys as a group gave her, I think it was like over $300 or something.
Yeah, we did.
And so that, I'm always just kind of amazed at the giving, the philanthropic. I mean, so maybe you don't have a nonprofit that you're supporting right this minute, or that the Indiana Parkinson, all those, the Humane Society is great, but what a neat thing to do for somebody who lives. I don't know which, but her week, she knows she's gonna get. And when the 2020 thing happened, she didn't. And here, this group, didn't let that stop them. They still gave her. She probably, this is a hard year for servers. So. So anyway, that's So I don't know what part in that you had, Pam, but that was lovely. That makes me feel and just almost gives me kind of goosebumps, but kind of like tear in my eye that these are such wonderful people. So thank you for being part of that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's that, and even though a nonprofit is not involved, it's that spirit of paying it forward. And that's something still that TTR is very supportive of and encourages as a group, for our individuals. It's a wonderful thing. So thanks for sharing that.
I have goosebumps, y'all, and I'm trying not to cry because our groups just do amazing things for nonprofits, but oh my gosh, so unexpected. What a just wonderful idea to do that. So
it was lovely.
One thing I wanted to ask before I ask my question is, so you've been helping with the Parkinson's Foundation and the clay with your beautiful clay. It sounds like you also sell some of your items. You can sell them to the public. I think in our pre-show you mentioned weddings, something special and unique that you can do for weddings with them. If you can tell us about that.
Yes, on my website, I do have pictures of all the weddings and things, but lots of times brides have weddings and they want a particular flower and color that you can't get in real. And so that's where I come in, because the Deco Clay Flowers look and feel real and they photograph like real, and you can use them, more than once. Especially now with the pandemic, things have gotten postponed. So it's something you could just put away and wait till the wedding happens. And so I'm able to, with the clay, make any flower and any color. And I can even do color matching if you give me a piece of the fabric that you want the flowers to match. And not only, I don't have to do the entire wedding because I can match the Deco Clay Flowers to real flowers. And so it might be that you want to have a keepsake for the mothers, and I'll do mother's boutonnieres, whether they're wrist or on the kind that you pin on, and even the boutonnieres. Any photographer will tell you by the end of the night, boutonnieres are kind of falling apart if they're real, but the Deco Clay still looks, great by the end of the night. And so I can just be part of the special occasion, or I can do it all, even to the what you put on the tables for the receptions.
Thank you. Thank you. What may we have your, okay, so my question is to ask for your contact information for our audience, how we can get in touch with you. But if you can also include your website address so we can look you up and look at all your services that you've offered.
Yes, my address is, I've kind of put I've put together the Deco Clay and the MaryKay all into one. So my address is, of course, artist Pam Rowley. So it's artist PamRowley.com. And there you'll see photographs of, the weddings, of a gallery of things that I can make, but the sky's the limit. You can really make anything. So just because you don't see it doesn't mean we can't do it. And so you can reach me there. Okay, there's a way that you can contact me through that website, but if you prefer, you can always call or text to my phone number, which is 317-201-8561. And then if you are a Facebook person, I do have all of my pictures and things out there. And in Facebook, it is called Bou-Clay Custom Designs. That's been there for a while, and in the process of doing things, I've changed the name, and it kind of stays the same out there. So under Facebook, it's Bou-Clay Custom Designs. Okay. And those are the 3 ways that you can contact me.
Thank you.
And she's also on the TTR Networking page.
That's right.
Absolutely.
We got her there, and I actually looked at it. She's got a great picture and everything looks really good. So, well, I guess, anybody got any last questions? Because I know we've kind of fallen out of, like I said, I do this almost every week, but literally I bought Pam's, I bought some of her products, and they're beautiful. And, it is something you almost, we can't do it justice by the videos. We just can't. So you have to see it. But anybody, Dawn, Nicole, you guys have got any other questions before we ask Pam to kind of reel us in? No? Okay. We know we got a lot of follow-up to do and connections to make for her afterwards, right? Okay, good. Well then, Pam, we'd like to say, can you leave us with some final thought? Just something final, and I'll jot it down and then I'll put it in the notes of the video as well. So
okay, well, thanks for having me today. And my final thought is, be the solution to someone's problem. So people like to know that you care. Just find out what's going on in someone's life, and they're going to tell you. And then through the TTR networking and people that be the solution for that person. Be able to give them somebody that can help them. And so that's what I try to look for every day is what people are needing and how I can help them.
Awesome.
Well,
What do you
Wow.
say?
isn't that when you're trying to be the solution instead of just you're serving, you're not selling, right? You're serving.
Right.
So good job, Pam. Yay, good answer.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yay. Well, thank you so much, Pam. Such an honor to meet you. The first time I've met you today and get to know you and being on our show. And until next time, may all your days be filled with authenticity. Bye,
Good to
guys.
see you.
Thank you.
Pam.
Bye.
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 Thanks, Pam.
Bye.